Well, next, Development Bank Ghana says it is taking steps to roll out the partial credit guarantee product, which is to encourage financial institutions to invest in local ventures. Here's more from DBG UGBS Development Finance Series held in Accra.
Speaking at the DBG UGBS Development Finance Series on the theme, Deepening Development Finance Knowledge, Innovations and Impact, Deputy Chief Executive of the Development Bank of Ghana, Michael Mensah-Ban, said procedures are underway to roll out the partial credit guarantee product for commercial banks.
So one of the things that we intend to do is that although DBG has access to low funding or low-cost funding, we don't intend to use only our funding to intervene in the market. We want to encourage also the PFIs or the banks to also use their own funding to invest. And one way of doing that is to share the risk of the investment with them. So the partial credit guarantee product allows the banks to invest in certain risky areas such as agribusiness and allow them to share the risk with us. And by so doing, the banks themselves would use their own funding. And together, using our funding and using the bank's funding, we'll be able to make a much more significant impact.
Already, the Development Bank of Ghana has announced its interest to bridge the financial gap facing the agricultural sector in the country. Touching more on this intent, Mr. Mensah-Ban said his outfit has invested 300 million cedis into agribusiness, manufacturing and tourism.
Since we launched last year, we have actually invested in the agribusiness, manufacturing and tourism up to 300 million cedis. We intend to invest 500 million cedis into 4 key commodities. That's the soya bean, maize, rice and poultry. And the reason for that is that we believe that by so doing, if the investment in those commodities are successful, this will enhance food security in Ghana.
Reacting to the introduction of a guaranteed product, the managing director of CBG, Daniel Adu, considered it as a very thoughtful step. He explained that the policy would bring about risk sharing, therefore commercial banks would unlock their liquidity when investing.
Absolutely, it unlocks a lot of funding. You see, there's the different ways of providing finance, like I said. So you can either do direct lending or the partial credit guarantee that they're doing. That partial credit guarantee, again, speaks to something I said about when I spoke, and it's about sharing the risk with the PFI, right? So that guarantee from DBG then allows me to unlock liquidity. He sort of covered my credit risk to some extent, sharing credit risk with me, right? And so it allows me to go out and lend more, much more than I normally will if I was worried about credit risk.
DBG has in the meantime signed an MOU with the University of Ghana Business School to gather evidence-based research on the core issues the country faces and explore tailor-made solutions to address them.